Come in. No, keep your jacket on. Take a seat. Yeah, right there. Thank you. One moment. Okay. Name and date of birth, please. So, let me find your file here. Okay, here you are. Okay. Interviewee is on time. Well dressed. And are you prepared with the proper paperwork? You have that. Yes, cover letter. Yes. Medical background, etc. Yeah, perfect. Place it on my desk there. Okay. Interviewee is also prepared. All necessary paperwork. Fantastic. All right. If you don't mind, as you prepare, I'm going to just swap out my glasses here. Give me a moment. Just so I can see you better in this lighting. Much better. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment here to take a proper look at you with my better glasses here. Okay. Yeah. You look like your photos that you applied with, which is good. If you didn't, that would be instant disqualification. But you seem to be in good shape. Good. Okay. Well, we have a lot of our basic info from you already, from everything that you applied with. So we will just be skipping that whole part of the process. All right. So I'll have some more detailed questions that I will be asking later on. But for this point of the interview process, we'll be doing, as you probably heard, the intelligence test. Yeah, and apologies for any of the work that you might hear happening in the background. We're remodeling a part of the building. We had a security breach, unfortunately, so that is something that is our top priority. For sure. Alright, well, we'll be moving right along to the intelligence part of the interview process. Alright. Later on, I will then be having an assistant come in and help me take notes and ask questions for the second part. Alright. Excellent. Are you ready to begin? Good. Glad to hear it. So, you had filled out a basic 90-page intelligence form. Yeah, when you applied. So you passed that with, I think it was like 75 out of 90. So on the higher scale, for sure. So we won't be doing the same type of intelligence tests for this round. But I will be going through a couple with you now. So, first off, for the first part, we will be testing your problem-solving skills. When it comes to equations, just going to find an example here that I would like you to perform. So we're going to be getting to answer the systems of linear equations for me. Okay? So other than performing linear transformations, another purpose of matrices is to act as a mechanism for solving systems of these linear equations. A general system of m linear equations with n unknowns is represented as this equation. Okay, you see that right there? So I need you to, with that paper, yes, in front of you, solve that equation for me in 30 seconds. All right, are you ready? Okay. You may begin in 3, 2, 1, begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencil down. Good. Okay. I'll be getting my assistant to review those in a moment. First, sorry, I lost the page here. Here we go. I need you to solve the standard normal distribution, the first one here, using the graph located at the top. Okay, this will be your last one. Are you ready? Good. Okay, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Okay, and put your pencil down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No, pencil down. Thank you. Right, so I'll have you set that to your right side there. Good. Now, we're going to be moving on to an auditory part of the testing, okay? So for this part, I'm testing your auditory acuity as well as your observation skills, as well as just your general hearing levels. It's very important for our agency that you have great quality of hearing, essentially to be more effective in the field, okay? Yes, that's very important to us. All right, so I am going to be setting up this device here. I just need to give you a set of headphones, and through the headphones, I need you to repeat it to me what you're hearing once the audio stops. Okay? Good. Give me one moment. All right, I've got these headphones. If you don't mind, I'm going to be reaching in and Placing them right there. Okay, good. So I'm going to turn on my device here. We're going to begin, okay? Good. Okay, good. So I'm just going to be taking notes as we go along here. Okay. So, beginning with sound number 1. Sound number 2. Good. Okay. Sound number 3. Number 4. Are you sure that's what you heard? Good. Okay. And finally, sound number 5, the last sound. Okay, good. Excellent. So we're all done. The sound test here. Let me take these off. Thank you. Is that all right? Okay, well, we're moving on now to the third and final portion of this interview. Your answers here will be assessed later on by myself and my assistant, along with your test scores, to help us determine whether we want to go forward in the interview process with you. All right, excellent. So I'm going to buzz my assistant and have them come in here. Yeah, give yourself a moment to get comfortable, shift in your seat, rearrange. Good. Perfect, yes, come in. Everything's situated for you there. Excellent, good. Yes, I'd like you to meet my associate here. So they're going to be writing down answers as well. And they're going to be helping me to assess your posture, your reactions to questions, your facial expressions, things that having a second pair of eyes would be very helpful to observe. Sure. Are you ready to begin? Okay, excellent. And are you ready to begin? Good. Glad to hear it. All right. So, let me pull up some questions I have here. So, question number 1 is, if you were to be doing a different occupation than what you have currently, what would you prefer to be doing? Okay. Good. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Are you recording everything okay? Excellent. So, I'm going to keep moving right along here to your second question. So, how do people perceive you? Are you well liked? Do people around you find your presence comforting? Do they trust you? Or are people suspicious of you, wary of you? Do people kind of stay clear of you? Are you someone that essentially can be easily at least perceived to be trusted by people? Can you blend in well to situations? Answer as truthfully as you can, please. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Keep talking, that's fine. What are you putting in there? Yeah. Intrigued by this answer as well. Okay. So thank you for answering honestly. Okay. Alright, speaking on that then, are you able to physically blend in easily in a space, or do you find that you stand out towards people? Yeah, for some people it's unfortunate that just because, especially for very tall people, they don't blend in well at all. They're very noticeable by people, or people on the other end of the height spectrum who are very small, they're more noticeable by people. But you seem to be, 5'8", 5'9", yeah, so you blend in quite normally with others. Okay. Is there ever been a time where you feel like people over noticed you, perceived you, if you present yourself in a certain way? Or do you find that in presenting a specific way you can blend in? Okay, interesting. I see what you mean. Yeah. Could be the clothing. Yeah. Very understandable. If it's just clothing, that could be easily changed. For sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite often the case for quite a few people. Okay. I'm going to ask here to my associate, do you have any questions for them that you want to start off with? I know I've got most of them here, but of course. Go ahead. Please answer any of my assistant's questions. Alright. totally forgot about that. More here for you. Let's skip that one though. Do you think I should ask that question? I think it's usually number 45 on the list. Do you think we can skip that one? All right, excellent. So we're gonna skip some of these. As your answer helps us narrow it down, as well as the position you applied for reflects on what we will be asking you, as well as some of these questions will be saved for if you pass and get asked back in for the second and third interviews. We don't want to waste our time getting answers to questions from you if you're not going to be a candidate we would consider for future interviews. Okay. Next question, though we do know the answer to this from our observations of you, I would like to hear it from your own word of mouth, if you please. Do you have anything, or particularly anyone, that would tie you to a normal life? Do you have a lot of family members, a lot of very close friends, any pets, specific duties that you need to take care of on a daily basis that would hinder you from working with our agency, or from while in the field not making certain decisions based on that? Yeah. Feel free to take a moment to think about it. Yeah, you see how their eyes and their hands got a little clenched. They look a little sweaty, yeah. Interesting. Okay. It's fair. Yeah, so for our employees, and just because the nature of our work is very dangerous at times, we truly believe that you have to be a part of our agency, fully committed to the job. You have to be kind of ready and willing to make this job your life. And if you were to have anyone in your life that you would be closely, I'd say, connected to, you have to be, unfortunately, willing to keep a lot of things from them. You have to be willing to lie to them about where you are, locations. You can never fully explain to them what this job is. You can't tell them details of the cases. You absolutely cannot tell them the name or locations of our agency and its buildings. Alright? Taking on this job, you would be agreeing to a very secretive life. Is that something that you'd be willing to commit 100% to? Okay, I'm glad to hear it then. not to end on such a heavy question, I'll ask you one more. We've seen your whole resume, cover letters, background check, everything, but I'd like to hear from you if you have any skills or have any careers in the past that will greatly aid you in our agency, and if you bring any specializations to the table. So, for example, I specialize in the interrogation interview department from past experience, and so that is the realm that I am in. Because we're such a big company, we've got very vastly different areas and fields that you could be working in. So if you were to get hired, you'd be put maybe something like my field based on your skills, or you'll be put in my assistant's field here in generally they're in the tech side of things. They actually deal with those birds that you were hearing about in terms of designing new spyware for them. Yeah, they're here because we change up who our interviewee assistants are every time, just for posterity's sake. But could you please speak on that? Okay, yes, I saw that in your application. Alright. For sure. So that ties in with the previous one. Alright. So do you have a particular department then in that realm that you have an idea that you might like working in? Okay. For sure. You might have a hard time though working with, Yeah, I know. They're tough to work with though. But maybe we can get them in with Lawrence instead. We'll see. We'll see when he says everything. Okay. Okay. That's an interesting one. Okay. So, if you don't mind, my assistant and I are going to take a moment to talk and let you know whether you're going to move on to level 2. Alright? Yeah, so how our process works here is that we kind of are able to get a sense of you right away, and we decide if we can invite you back or not for the next interview. Simply because of security's sake, we can't let you go and then you could talk to people about location and different things like that. We kind of have to continue rolling with the process. Alright. And whether or not you do pass, we'll let you know in a moment. But either way, we do need to do a minor memory wipe. Alright. Simply because as you were blindfolded when you were brought here, you were brought in a sensory deprived car so that you couldn't tell where you were and things like that. We will have to do a memory wipe and then the same process on the way out. But we won't wipe your memory so much that you forget the interview in general, or that you've applied for this process and were given the opportunity. Okay? And then you will be invited back, if so, in the next 2 weeks or so after that. Yes. Yeah. One of our associates will come get you. For sure. Okay. Just quietly sit there and give my associate and I a moment. Okay, so can I just see your notes there? Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's see, so, yeah. So do you think that was fear, or do you think it was just anxiousness, knowing what they would have to give up? very fair assessment. I have here answer to number 3. Yeah. So right there. What do you think about that one? Okay. And so then, how do you feel about them as a candidate in general? Yes, I agree. Okay, well then why don't we go ahead then. You can put them in either the department, Lawrence, or they can always move for sure. Okay. Alright, dear. Alright. So, I want to give you the very good news that you have passed. Congratulations. I hope you're happy about that decision. Excellent. So then you agree to come back for that second interview? Good. Glad to hear. So obviously this doesn't mean that you have the job. You still have 2 more interviews to go through, but this is the most difficult one to pass in terms of how we feel about you. The next 2 or more intelligence tests and tests to confirm that if we were to hire you, where you'd be going in terms of department. For sure. Alright, do you have any questions for myself or my assistant before we let you go? Okay, fantastic, glad to hear. So, let me grab this memory device, alright? Do you have all your things together? Excellent, excellent. So this is the memory wiping device here. It is a simple scanner. Okay, it's going to pass over your face 2 or 3 times, and then it is going to wipe your memory and simultaneously put you to sleep. Alright. Associate then will be coming in through the door, guide you back to the car, and prepare to, yes, take you home, okay? Put my special glasses on here. You've got yours too? Good. Yeah, my assistant has a pair as well. Just because these, while looking very fashionable, are also going to protect us from the effects of the device. Alright. Okay, good. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. And I'm looking forward to interview number 2. Good. Alright, so sit back. Yeah, comfortable. I've got all your things with you. Good. Alright, let's begin. You may start to feel quite dozy. Good. Ready to take a nap. Good. Right. 2 more passes. As your eyes start to close. 2. And